Chosen one, God said, see this alone right now. You were not brought here by accident, and if you leave now, you may miss something that was meant to shift your life in a way you cannot imagine, something that has been waiting for you through pain, delay, and silent nights. I am telling you to see this alone because what is about to be revealed is deeply personal, something that cannot be understood through noise, distraction, or the opinions of others. This is about your path, your calling, and the truth that has been hidden behind everything you have been going through. I am pulling you aside so your spirit can hear clearly without interference, because what you are about to receive is not ordinary. Stay with me, because this moment carries something rare, something that was prepared for you long before you even knew to look for it. Type Amen if you agree. When I say see this alone, I am separating you from confusion, from the voices that have been shaping your doubt, and from the fear that has been whispering lies into your heart. You have been surrounded by noise for too long, and it has kept you from recognizing what I have been doing behind the scenes. I have been moving things into place, shifting situations, and preparing doors that no one else can see yet. This is why I am asking for your attention right now, not later, not when you feel ready, but in this exact moment. What you are about to understand will make sense of everything that once felt broken. There is something I need you to feel as you listen, something deeper than words and stronger than logic. I have not forgotten you, even when it seemed like silence was all you received. Every delay, every closed door, every moment you thought you were being ignored was actually part of something being aligned. You were not being rejected, you were being positioned. You were not being overlooked, you were being protected. And now the time has come for you to start seeing what has been hidden from you. Before you go any further, take a moment and show your faith by liking this video, because this small act of belief is your way of saying you are ready to receive what has been prepared for you. You have asked for answers, even when you did not say the words out loud. You have felt a longing, a pull inside your heart that you could not explain. That feeling was not random. It was me calling you closer, guiding you toward this exact moment. I needed you to arrive here with everything you have been through, because those experiences shaped your ability to understand what is being revealed now. Nothing was wasted, nothing was meaningless, and nothing was outside of my awareness. When I tell you to see this alone, I am also asking you to trust what you feel without needing validation from others. There are people who would not understand what is being placed inside you, and their confusion could cause you to doubt something that is meant to strengthen you. This is not for everyone, and that is why I am speaking directly to you. You have been chosen to carry something unique, something that requires clarity, focus, and courage. You cannot allow outside voices to drown out what I am saying to your spirit. You have felt tired, not just physically, but deep within your soul. That tiredness came from carrying things that were never meant to stay with you forever. You held on to pain, to disappointment, to questions that had no answers at the time. But I allowed you to carry them only long enough for them to shape you, not to break you. Now I am asking you to release them, because what is coming next requires space within you. You cannot hold on to the past and receive what I am placing in your hands at the same time. Type 1111 if you believe. I am opening your eyes to a truth that has been waiting for you to accept. You are not ordinary, and your life was never meant to follow a simple path. There are things you will step into that will surprise even you, moments where you will look back and realize how everything led you exactly where you needed to be. You may not see the full picture yet, but you are beginning to feel the shift. That feeling is real, and it is the beginning of something powerful. There were nights when you felt alone, when it seemed like no one understood what you were going through. In those moments, I was closer than you realized. I was watching, guiding, and protecting you, even when you could not feel it. I saw every tear, every silent struggle, every moment you almost gave up. And I stayed with you, because your story was not meant to end in that place. You were always meant to rise beyond it. Now, I am asking you to listen with your heart, not just your mind. There are things that logic cannot explain, but your spirit already understands them. You have felt a shift recently, something changing within you, something that feels both unfamiliar and right at the same time. That is not coincidence, that is alignment. You are stepping into a new phase, one that requires you to trust more deeply than you ever have before. What is being revealed to you right now is not just information, it is direction. It is the beginning of clarity that will guide your next steps. You do not need to have everything figured out today, but you do need to recognize that something is changing. I am moving things into place in ways you cannot yet see. I am connecting moments, people, and opportunities that will make sense at the right time. Your role is to stay open, to stay aware, and to keep your faith steady. What if the real reason most manifestation methods do not work has finally been explained? A top neuroscientist linked to CIA research says, without the right brainwave, results stay inconsistent. This 7-second ritual, supported by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people approach money differently and improve their direction. Many are now stepping into dream homes, buying luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations they once thought were out of reach. But this information might not stay available online. Click the link in the description and comments before it gets removed. There are moments in your life when everything seems unclear, when you question if anything is truly moving forward. You look around and compare your path to others, and it feels like you are falling behind. But what you cannot see is that your journey was never meant to follow the same pace or direction as anyone else. I have been shaping your path in a way that prepares you for something different, something that requires a deeper foundation. You are not late, you are being prepared with precision. The reason I asked you to see this alone is because there are truths that only your heart can carry. When too many voices enter the space, the clarity becomes clouded. You begin to doubt what you felt so clearly in the beginning. That is why this moment is between you and me, without distraction, without interruption. This is where understanding becomes personal, and where your faith becomes real. You have been through situations that made you question your worth. You have faced rejection, silence, and moments where it felt like nothing was working in your favor. Those experiences left marks on your heart, and sometimes you still carry the weight of them. But I need you to understand something clearly. Those moments were not a reflection of your value, they were part of your refinement. They shaped your strength, your patience, and your ability to endure. There is something changing inside you right now. You may feel it as a quiet shift, a sense that something is about to move. You may not have the full picture yet, but you can feel that things are not the same as they were before. That is because they are not. I have been working in ways you could not see, aligning things that will soon begin to show themselves. What once felt stuck is starting to move. Type 777 if you trust God. You are entering a phase where clarity will replace confusion. The questions that once stayed in your mind without answers will begin to make sense. You will start to see why certain things had to happen the way they did. You will understand why some doors closed, why some people walked away, and why certain plans did not work out. It was not loss, it was redirection. There is also something important you must recognize about yourself. You have grown in ways you may not fully acknowledge. The person you are today is not the same as the one who started this journey. You have learned, you have endured, and you have changed. That growth is what makes you ready for what is coming next. Without it, you would not be able to handle what is being placed before you. You may have felt like giving up at times. There were moments when the weight of everything felt too heavy to carry. You wondered if it was worth continuing, if anything would ever change. But you kept going, even when it was difficult. That choice to continue, even in uncertainty, is what brought you here. That is what makes this moment significant. There is something I am preparing to bring into your life, something that will shift your perspective. It may come in a way you do not expect, through a person, an opportunity, or a realization. At first, it may not seem like much, but it will carry a deeper meaning. It will connect to something you have been waiting for, something you have been asking for in your heart. When it arrives, you will recognize it. Do not rush this process. There is a timing to everything, and that timing is not random. It is aligned with what you need and when you are ready to receive it. If something has not happened yet, it is because there is still something being prepared, either within you or around you. Trust that the delay is not denial. It is alignment. Type 2222 to receive miracles. You are not alone in this journey, even when it feels that way. I have been with you through every step, even in the moments when you could not feel my presence. I was there in the quiet, in the uncertainty, and in the waiting. I was guiding you, even when you did not realize it. And I am still here now, leading you forward. There are things you are about to step into that will require courage. You may need to let go of what feels familiar in order to embrace what is meant for you. That can feel uncomfortable, even frightening. But remember, what is ahead of you is not meant to harm you. It is meant to elevate you. It is meant to bring you into a space where you can grow even more. You will begin to notice small signs, small confirmations that things are shifting. Pay attention to them. They may seem simple, but they carry meaning. They are reminders that you are on the right path, that things are moving even if you cannot see the full picture yet. Trust those moments because they are part of your guidance. You have a purpose that goes beyond what you have seen so far. It is not limited to your current situation or your past experiences. There is more to your story, more to your path, and more to what you are meant to do. You are beginning to step into that realization now. It may feel overwhelming at times, but it is also something beautiful. Do not allow fear to stop you from moving forward. Fear will try to convince you that you are not ready, that you are not capable, that you should stay where you are. But fear does not define your future. You have the strength to move beyond it. You have the ability to step into what is meant for you, even if it feels uncertain. Have you heard about the private group of neuroscientists working on brainwaves connected to money? A top researcher revealed this work was based on CIA studies not meant for public release yet. The result is a simple 7-second ritual validated by 4 neuroscience labs, now practiced at home. Many who once struggled financially are now living in dream homes, owning luxury cars, and taking luxury vacations. But this page could disappear without warning. Click the link in the description and comments before it vanishes. There have been times when you tried to force things to happen. You pushed, you planned, and you tried to control outcomes because you feared what would happen if you did not. But you learned that not everything responds to effort alone. Some things require surrender, trust, and patience, and now you are stepping into a space where control is being replaced with clarity. You are not losing control, you are gaining direction. There is a difference, even if it feels unfamiliar at first. When you release what you cannot control, you create space for what is meant for you to enter. That space is where I work most clearly. That is where things begin to fall into place without struggle. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. There is something important I want you to see about your past. You have been carrying memories that still hold power over your thoughts. Certain moments still echo in your mind, reminding you of what went wrong or what did not happen. But those moments are no longer your present, and they do not define your future. You are allowed to release them without losing the lessons they taught you. You are stepping into a new level of awareness. This is not just about what is happening around you, but about what is changing within you. You are beginning to see things differently, to understand situations with more depth. You are noticing patterns you once overlooked. This awareness is not accidental, it is part of your growth. As you grow, your surroundings will begin to change as well. Some connections may feel distant, not because there is conflict, but because you are no longer aligned in the same way. This can feel uncomfortable, even lonely at times. But it is also necessary. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into what comes next. There is no need to hold on to what no longer fits your journey. Letting go does not mean failure, it means movement. It means you are making room for something that aligns more closely with who you are becoming. Trust that what leaves creates space for what is meant to arrive. Type yes to receive miracles. You have been asking for something deeper, even if you did not use words. There has been a quiet desire within you for change, for clarity, for something more meaningful. That desire was heard long before this moment. It has been guiding you, even when you were not fully aware of it. Now you are beginning to see its direction. There are opportunities that will come to you in ways you do not expect. They may not look like what you imagined, and they may require you to step outside your comfort zone. But they will carry a sense of rightness, a feeling that this is something you should not ignore. Pay attention to that feeling, because it is your guide. You are not being asked to have all the answers right now. You are being asked to trust the process. Each step will reveal what you need for the next one. Trying to see everything at once will only create confusion. Focus on what is in front of you, and let the rest unfold in its time. There is also something shifting in the way you see yourself. You are beginning to recognize your strength, even if you do not always say it out loud. You are starting to understand that you have made it through things that once felt impossible. That realization is building your confidence, even if it is quiet. You are not the same person you were before, and that is a good thing. Growth changes you, and sometimes it feels like you are becoming someone unfamiliar. But this is not loss, it is transformation. You are becoming more aligned with who you were meant to be. There will be moments where doubt tries to return. It may come through thoughts, through situations, or through the words of others. But you do not have to accept those doubts as truth. You have already come too far to let uncertainty take control again. You can acknowledge those thoughts without allowing them to guide your actions. You are stronger than you realize, and you are more capable than you have been giving yourself credit for. The things you once thought were out of reach are beginning to move closer to you. Not because of luck, but because of alignment. You are stepping into a space where things begin to make sense. This journey is not about perfection, it is about growth, understanding, and movement. You will still face challenges, but you will face them differently. You will have more clarity, more strength, and more awareness. That changes everything. There is something ahead of you that will confirm everything you are feeling right now. It will not just be a thought or a feeling, it will be something real. When it happens, you will look back at this moment and understand why you were asked to listen closely. You will see how everything connects. You are starting to feel something steady inside you now, even if the outside of your life still looks uncertain. That steadiness is not coming from your circumstances, it is coming from within you. It is something I have been building quietly, layer by layer, through everything you have faced. You did not notice it forming because you were focused on surviving, on getting through each moment. But now it is rising to the surface, and you are beginning to feel it. Is it really possible to attract money more naturally using a 7-second ritual? Research connected to the CIA suggests certain brainwave states influence how opportunities appear in your life. This technique, proven by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people shift away from financial pressure toward improved lifestyles. Many are now stepping into dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. But this information may not remain online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. There were times when you thought you were falling apart. You felt like things were slipping out of your control, like nothing was stable or secure. But what you did not see was that I was removing what could not support where you are going. It felt like loss, but it was actually preparation. It felt like confusion, but it was clearing space for clarity. What you experienced as breaking was actually rebuilding. You are not fragile, even if you have felt weak. You are not lost, even if you have felt directionless. You are not behind, even if it seemed like others were moving faster than you. All of those thoughts came from moments, not from truth. The truth is that you have been moving exactly as you needed to. Every step, even the uncertain ones, brought you closer to where you are now. Type 1010 to receive blessings. There is something important I want you to understand about your timing. You have been looking at your life and wondering when things will finally come together. You have asked yourself why it has taken so long, why certain things have not happened yet. But timing is not about delay, it is about readiness. What is meant for you is connected to who you are becoming, not just what you want. If certain things had arrived earlier, you would not have been ready to hold them. They would have slipped through your hands or created more confusion than clarity. That is why I allowed time to shape you first. That is why you had to go through what you did. It was not to make things harder for you, it was to make you stronger for what is coming. You are now entering a moment where things begin to align more clearly. You may not see everything at once, but you will start to notice changes. Situations that once felt stuck will begin to move. Opportunities that seemed distant will come closer. Conversations, decisions, and paths will start to open in ways you did not expect. Do not ignore these shifts, even if they seem small. Small changes are often the beginning of something much larger. They are signals that things are moving, that something is unfolding. Pay attention to them, because they will guide you. They will show you where to step and when to move. Type 222 to claim miracles. You have also been learning something deeper about trust. Not just trust in what you can see, but trust in what you cannot. That is not easy, especially when you have experienced disappointment before. But trust is not built in comfort, it is built in uncertainty. It grows when you choose to believe, even when you do not have proof. You have been doing that more than you realize. Every time you kept going without clear answers, you were choosing trust. Every time you held on to hope, Even when it felt fragile, you were strengthening your faith. That matters more than you think. It is shaping the way you will move forward. There is something ahead that will require you to step with confidence. You will not have all the details, and you will not feel completely certain. But you will feel a quiet knowing, a sense that this is something you should not ignore. That feeling is not random, it is guidance. It is the result of everything you have been learning. You are also being called to see yourself differently. You have been holding on to an old version of who you were, even as you have been changing. You still see yourself through the lens of past struggles, past mistakes, past limitations, but that is no longer who you are. You have grown beyond that version, even if you have not fully accepted it yet. It is time to let that old image go, not by force, but by recognition. Recognize that you are not the same person who once doubted everything. Recognize that you are not the same person who felt powerless in certain situations. You have gained strength, awareness, and resilience. That is your new foundation. There will be moments where your old thoughts try to return. You may hear that familiar voice telling you that nothing has really changed, that you are still the same. But you do not have to listen to that voice anymore. You can acknowledge it without believing it. You can move forward without carrying it. You are stepping into a space where your choices will begin to reflect your growth. You will choose differently, think differently, and respond differently. That is how change becomes real. It is not just about what happens to you, it is about how you move within it, and you are beginning to move with more awareness. There is also something forming in your life that you have not fully seen yet. It is connected to what you have been waiting for, but it may not look exactly the way you expected. Do not dismiss it because it does not match your imagination. Sometimes what is meant for you comes in a form you did not consider. Stay open to what is arriving. Stay willing to explore what feels right, even if it feels unfamiliar. You do not need to have certainty before you take a step. You only need enough clarity to move forward. The rest will come as you continue. You are not walking this path alone. Even when it feels quiet, even when you cannot feel anything clearly, I am still with you. I am still guiding, still protecting, still aligning things around you. That has not changed, and it will not change. You are supported in ways you cannot always see. Everything you are experiencing right now is leading somewhere meaningful. It is not random, it is not wasted, and it is not without purpose. You are in the middle of something that is still unfolding. And as it continues, you will begin to understand more of what is being prepared for you. What if most people struggle financially because they never activate a specific brainwave? Leading neuroscientists point to CIA-linked research that highlights this missing link. This 7-second ritual, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people rethink their financial habits and improve outcomes. Many are now moving into dream homes, owning luxury cars, and traveling on luxury vacations. But this page might be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it is removed. Even if you try to think the same way, even if you try to return to old habits, it does not feel right anymore. That discomfort is not confusion, it is growth. It is the sign that you have moved beyond a place that once held you. You cannot stay where you have already outgrown, even if it feels familiar. There were seasons when you accepted less than what you deserved because you did not yet see your own value clearly. You tolerated things that drained you, situations that dimmed your light, and people who could not understand your heart. But now something within you is changing. You are beginning to recognize what aligns with you and what does not. That awareness is shaping your decisions, even when you do not realize it. Type 777 if you trust God. I want you to understand that this shift is not temporary. This is not just a moment of clarity that will fade away. This is a transformation that will continue to unfold as you move forward. You are not going back to who you were because you were never meant to stay there. You are becoming someone who sees, who understands, and who chooses with intention. There is something powerful about the way you are beginning to think now. You are no longer reacting the same way to things that once disturbed you. You are pausing more, observing more, and allowing yourself to respond instead of react. That may seem small, but it is not. It is a sign that you are gaining control over your inner world, and that changes everything about your outer world. You may still face challenges, but they will not affect you in the same way. You will carry a different kind of strength, one that is quiet but steady. You will not need to prove anything to anyone, because you will know within yourself what you are capable of. That confidence will not come from external validation, it will come from your own growth. There is also something happening around you that you have not fully noticed yet. Certain paths are beginning to open, even if they are not fully visible. Conversations are shifting, opportunities are forming, and situations are aligning. You may not see the full outcome yet, but the process has already begun. What you once thought was far away is starting to come closer. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. You have spent a long time waiting, and waiting can be one of the hardest parts of any journey. It tests your patience, your trust, and your ability to keep going without clear results. But waiting is not empty. It is full of preparation, even when you cannot see it. It is shaping you in ways that will only make sense later. You are no longer in the same place you were when you started waiting. You have changed, even if you do not always notice it. Your perspective is different, your understanding is deeper, and your strength has grown. That means you are closer to receiving what you have been waiting for, because you are becoming ready for it. There is something I need you to release now. It is the fear that things will not work out. That fear has been sitting quietly in your thoughts, influencing the way you see your future. It tells you to be cautious, to expect less, to protect yourself from disappointment. But that fear is not truth. It is only a reflection of what you have experienced before, not what is ahead of you. You are not stepping into the same situations again. You are stepping into something new, something aligned with who you are now. That means the outcomes will be different. That means the experiences will not repeat in the same way. You are not trapped in a cycle, you are moving beyond it. There is also a part of you that has been holding back, even as you feel this shift. You may not even realize it fully, but it is there. It is the part that hesitates, that questions, that wonders if you should wait a little longer before taking action. But there will come a moment when you will need to move. And when that moment comes, you will feel it clearly. You will not need anyone to tell you what to do. You will not need confirmation from outside sources. You will know within yourself that it is time. That knowing will be calm, not rushed, not pressured. It will feel right, even if it feels new. That is the moment you must trust. Everything you have been through has been leading to that kind of clarity. You were not meant to rely on others to tell you your path. You were meant to develop your own understanding, your own connection, your own sense of direction. And that is exactly what has been happening. You are also learning how to stand in your own space without needing approval. That is not easy, especially if you have spent a long time seeking validation. But you are beginning to see that your worth does not come from others. It comes from within you, from who you are and what you carry. This realization will change the way you move forward. You will begin to choose what aligns with you, not what pleases others. You will begin to follow what feels right, not what is expected. That freedom will open doors that you did not even know existed. There is something else I want you to notice. The things that once distracted you are losing their hold on you. You are not as easily pulled into what does not matter. You are becoming more focused, more aware of where your energy goes. That focus is not random, it is part of your alignment. As you continue on this path, you will begin to see more clearly what truly matters. You will recognize what deserves your time, your energy, and your attention. And you will also recognize what does not. That clarity will protect you from going back into patterns that no longer serve you. How are people moving from financial stress to more comfortable lifestyles so quickly? A CIA-linked study suggests a simple 7-second brain ritual may influence how people respond to opportunities. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this method is helping individuals improve daily life. Many are now stepping into dream homes, upgrading to luxury cars, and taking luxury vacations. But this page could be deleted at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You are stepping into a new level of awareness, and with that awareness comes responsibility. You will need to make choices that reflect what you now understand. You will need to trust yourself in ways you may not have before.